Let me just check that we're live. Okay, it looks like we are live. Hello, everybody. This is the first podcast of the Carry On Accessibility podcast. So, welcome to episode 1. And today I have two amazing guests, and I'll introduce them in just a minute. But first, we are going to be unboxing the Pixel 7 Pro. Am I pointing it in the right? Oh, there you go. Blind moment, guys. And the Pixel Watch today. And I'm so excited. I got them on Thursday and I've been dying to open them. But because of all of you guys, I decided to wait to do it on this live stream. So before we get into that, welcome John and Warren from the Blind Android Users Podcast. How are you guys tonight?
I'm great.
How are you,
Doing
Warren?
well, doing well, Carrie. Nice to be here.
That's awesome. So, can one of you, maybe Warren, just tell everybody a little bit about the Blind Android Users podcast?
So, Blind Android Users Podcast, which we got started almost a couple of years ago now, we're coming up to our 100th or centurion celebration here come November 5th. And we're glad we now have John on board and making total of 7 of us on that podcast crew. And Carrie, this isn't my first rodeo with you. You've been on our podcast before, and we've been on your other old home before. And I'm so excited that actually we are here on your very first podcast. Thank you for letting John and I come to share the joy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
yeah, definitely. I know both of you also ordered the new Pixels. Which one did you get, John?
I got the regular Pixel 7. I got it in lemongrass.
Lemongrass. And you,
Mhm.
Warren?
So you know me, I always want the biggest storage I could find. So I got the Pixel Pro 512 gigs, and I got the hazel color because I think girls named Hazel kind of beautiful.
Okay, what a reason. Okay, and I got the Pro and I got it in Obsidian. I think that's a nice name, but also
Nice.
because I'm going to cover it up with a case anyway. So who the heck cares what color it is? Like, yeah, at least I don't.
I do like the look of the Obsidian. It has like a nice contrast with the camera bar and the phone. So
I don't know how much contrast it is, but we'll see.
we'll find out. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out. So if you guys are in the chat, which one should I open first? The Pixel 7 or the watch? Which one should we open first? Yeah, so just put a, I don't know, just say in the chat which one you vote for. And John and Warren, you guys already set up your phones, right?
hmm
And I want to hear before I open mine, what are your impressions so far?
Oh, okay. I'll go first. I'm liking it. It's better than the Pixel 6. The fingerprint sensor seems to work better, but you know, the fact that it has face unlock now is a huge difference because is a huge change because you don't have to use the fingerprint sensor all the time if you don't want to for just unlocking your phone. So that was like my main complaint with the Pixel 6. So they seem to have fixed that at least a little bit.
And you, Warren?
So I actually like mine. I will say that this is mine. This is a hazel color. That's the back of it that I'm showing there on that camera. I really, really like this phone because it's just absolutely gorgeous. And I think there's a little bit of a heft to it. Probably, maybe it's just me, but it kind of feels like it's a little bit heavier than my Pixel 6 Pro in some ways. But so far, I haven't observed any difficulties with it besides the fact that my 32-bit apps are no longer compatible. And this is one of those things that the leakers couldn't get about the Pixel 7 series, the fact that this is going to be only for 64-bit apps. So that's one
Ooh.
thing that I'm observing, and therefore my good old eloquence, even though I don't use it, I haven't been using it since May, does not work on this device.
Does not. Oh, okay. That's kind of disappointing. I
Dun,
think
dun,
that
dun.
everybody wants me to open the phone first, so that's what I'm gonna start with. And of course, I have my pink knife right here. It has to be pink, right?
It
Um,
has to.
so I'm gonna go ahead and open it. I didn't even take off the seals. Like it's completely. I just took it out of the shipping box and had
Yeah,
to wait.
you showed a lot more restraint than Warren did. He
Well,
recorded
I
an
was,
unboxing for the podcast, and it literally was like he started the recording like, and I've already unboxed this. So for those of you that like boxes, here's the box, and he just pats the box. And it's like, okay, so you already unboxed it.
yes,
Well, that's funny. So am I supposed to pat the box? I've never actually done an
you should.
unboxing live.
You
So
should.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's see. There you
Thank
go.
you.
There's the box.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm gonna open it and there we go. That's the first slice. Should I put it closer to the microphone or something? Yeah. Let's try. There you go. A little bit of attempted ASMR. Okay, now let's open. Okay. Oh, this is what it looks like. There seems to be some kind of pull-up tab right here. That's the first time I've seen that on a Pixel. Oh, well, I didn't get the Pixel 6, so I don't know. And so here's the phone. And of course, it has a little sticker. And there we go. I have no idea if it says anything, but oh well, if it does. And okay, it is my first impression is that I need a case because this is super glossy everywhere. It's really, really glossy. And I might not be able to see the fingerprints, but I know they're there. So yeah, I can't wait for a case. Let's see what else is in the box. There's the wire, of course, which definitely probably don't need right now. And what do you call this thing? It's like the USB-C to USB.
USB
Yeah,
A.
USB-A to USB-C adapter.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So I guess you can plug all your USB-A stuff, peripherals or something. Okay, and that's all we have in the box except papers, which I can't read. So we're just going to forget about those. And what everybody wants is let's turn it on. If I can find, okay, there's, what is this? Oh, this is really interesting. The volume buttons are under the lock button this time.
Yeah, it's opposite of Samsung phones.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always been like that.
It takes some
Has
getting
it?
used to if you switch back and forth. Yeah.
Was it like that on the Pixel 4a?
All of them going
Yeah.
back to the Nexus phones.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't know. I was just on the Pixel 2 XL. Okay. That's really interesting. So of course it has the whole Google logo right there, and it's turning on. And of course, to turn on TalkBack, this screen is really big. It feels bigger than my Samsung actually. To turn on TalkBack, sorry,
You
I got
wait for the
distracted.
heartbeat. You wait for the heartbeat, Carrie. I call
I
it the
wait for the which
heartbeat.
one? The heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll feel it vibrating
the
Oh,
vibration.
okay.
Like,
when it's booted up all the way.
Oh,
yeah.
there we go. I felt it. Okay, so I'm going to press and hold it. Maybe I need to put the volume up. Oh,
No, just
no.
hold them down.
I did.
You keep holding.
Is it that long?
Press and hold both volume
Okay.
There you go.
There
And
we
then-
go.
And then you have to do it a second time, I think.
Yeah.
TalkBack on.
There you go.
Hold volume keys.
Okay.
TalkBack turned on. Welcome to TalkBack.
Can you guys hear it?
Welcome to TalkBack.
It is
Yeah.
loud.
Okay. Is it too loud or is it okay?
No,
It's louder than you are.
Oh, it's louder
but-
than I am? Okay, so
yeah.
I'll turn it down a little bit.
Welcome to TalkBack, page 1 of 5. TalkBack is a screen
that good?
reader intended for situations.
yeah,
where
leave it
Maybe
right
a-
there.
Okay.
Or maybe a tad louder. Just
Yeah.
a
Oh,
little
loud?
tad.
feedback so that you can use
Yeah.
your device
Right
without
there?
looking at the
Perfect,
Yeah,
screen.
that's
right
good.
there.
Okay.
Accessibility.
So I'm gonna
Welcome to your
ignore
Pixel.
that. Oh wow.
Language.
You know what? I'm
5.
coming from
TalkBack is
I'll be quiet. Coming from the Samsung S22 Ultra, I'm not sure if it's just me or if something's wrong with my phone. But going back to a Pixel, like TalkBack seems so much more responsive.
It is a little bit more responsive, I think, on Pixels.
What do you have you had a Samsung, Warren?
No, my Samsung experience is from the old days. I think my last Samsung device was the S8 or S9. But I'll soon be getting the S21. It's the yesterday's one, but hey, it's the same thing.
Okay, so I see the same port at the bottom, and the camera visor, it feels like a long bar, and it's actually not as pronounced as I thought it would be. I saw like in the pictures or in the videos, it just looked a lot higher, lot thicker, and it does jut out of the phone a lot, but I don't know. This is a lot less than I thought. So as for the contrast, I don't really see much contrast, honestly. Like for me anyway, when
Okay.
I look at the phone, it all kind of looks black, honestly. I know the camera visor is supposed to be metal all over, except for obviously the camera, but I can't really tell the difference, except maybe when the light shines on it just right. Like, but yeah. So
I think
can
it's to match your color that you have it in. I think that's a good idea to match what you have.
oh yeah. I'm just glad. I'm just gonna probably get a pink case. As you guys can tell,
Yeah.
as you guys can tell,
Gotta match your
I'm
knife.
You gotta go for it.
exactly. And I'm also wearing pink earrings today. So
Nice.
yeah. So it feels does it feel skinnier than I think it's skinnier than the less wide than the Samsung. The volume is on the right, and then the lock, and then oh, the visor felt like a button for a second. Okay, no. And yeah, that's it. It's interesting how everybody ragged on Apple for not including a charging brick, and then everybody just stopped including it.
Mhm. They were waiting for somebody to do it first.
I just don't
Yeah.
know if it's really for environment. Like, okay, I'm fine if we want to, like, help out the environment and everything, but I suspect it's more to do with not providing a charger in the box than it
Yeah,
is.
if it was purely environmental reasons, they would just have like a checkbox, like when you check out, do you want a free charger with it or not? And if you
Mhm.
choose yes, they'll send you one. If you choose no because you already have one, then they don't. Then that would
Yeah.
be like if it wasn't them trying to sell you a charger, then that would be how it is.
What's even better is if they actually gave you more OS updates for more years, then more people wouldn't have to buy phones and we'd have to produce less of them. And that would help the environment more.
Yep.
I've always argued this has nothing absolutely to do with the environment. Rather, it's all about making the moolah, making the big bucks, because now they're forcing you to go out and buy another charger or whatever. And guess what? In some cases, you pay up to $50 or more. So actually, they're making more money by not giving us the chargers. It's all a lie.
Mhm.
Excuse my Espanol.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just set it up real quick.
Get started.
Okay.
Connect to mobile network. Download a skip button.
Okay, we're gonna skip this.
Connect to Wi-Fi. Search. See all. Set up offline button. Set up
Can we
offline.
set it offline?
Set up off. Connecting to a Wi-Fi or mobile network helps you quickly set up your back.
Yeah.
But continue.
Okay, we're gonna continue
Eastern
anyway.
Daylight Time. Drop down list. Eastern Daylight Time. GMT-4 hours. 0 minutes.
Yeah, we're just gonna. How do I
Next,
skip
button.
this?
Google services.
I will say
A
one
screen
thing.
reader-
Like, after setting up my iPhone 13 from my iPhone 10, it's so much easier because you just
Mhm.
literally put the two phones close by, scan the thing, and then like TalkBack turns on everything. I mean, like voiceover
Yeah.
turns on, like, and it just is automatic. You don't even need to sign in. Like,
Yeah, and when you restore your apps, like all your apps have their app data for the most part. Like you don't have to go sign into every app like you do
I
on
know.
on Android phones. That is
So
something
when
that Apple does a lot better. I'll admit it.
Yeah, definitely. And they talked about it at the Made by Google event, like how the phones and different devices are supposed to work better together. So when are they going to do something like that when setting up a new phone? So that's what I'm waiting for. Come on, Google. So let's see.
More button out. More
I'm just gonna
accept settings.
quickly go through this.
Australia, United States English. Close. Google Consumer Hardware.
Yeah.
Close button.
Okay.
Settings. United States English inlet. Next.
Let's go next.
Additional legal terms. I accept.
Okay.
Set a pin. Pin. Edit box.
Okay, everybody's gonna know
Back.
my temporary pin.
1,
1, 2,
2,
3, 4.
4. Next. Re-enter
Okay.
your pin. 1, 2, 3, 4.
One thing I really don't like is,
Showing numeric.
and I turn it off.
intended for
Oh, be
situation.
quiet. I always turn it off. Is the TalkBack vibration? Do you guys have that on?
No, I don't.
I think
Warren doesn't even have his sound on, I don't think. I
I
think he
don't
turns
have
off the sound
anything on
and vibration.
mine.
really.
No sounds, no vibrations. I'm
Huh.
sorry.
I
don't.
like the sound. I don't mind the sounds.
Yeah, I
but
turn the sounds
vibrations-
down to 25%, but
I would
I turn
rather
the
have
vibrations off.
have vibrations than the sounds.
Really?
Sounds are so annoying to me. Yeah.
Really, I definitely would.
If they did the vibrations better, I would like them, but they're just so like hard. Like it's not like a light vibration like when you type. It's like a heavy vibration. It's like it rattles your whole phone. And I'm like, okay, I
I
need to
don't
turn
have
this
those.
off.
Yeah, definitely.
More. I agree.
I'm just
How to
saying I
set up your
agree.
fingerprint.
What choice do we
Fingerprint.
have, right? Like if we don't agree, it won't let us use the phone.
I don't
Uh-huh.
agree. No phone.
Start. Move your finger across the
It
screen.
brings you to a
find the
page
sensor.
where
Touch
you
and
can set
hold.
up a return.
Left. Fingerprint sensor. Window. Lift. Fingerprint sensor. Window. Enrolling fingerprint 5. Enrolling.
Okay.
Enrolling fingerprint. Move down.
Oh, move down. Okay.
Fingerprint sensor.
I
Move
don't.
left. Enrolling
Oh.
Enrolling fingerprint.
Whoa! I
42%.
just noticed something. At least on this one, I don't know if my Samsung does that, but I see a light shining through the sensor when I put my finger down.
Fingerprint sensor. Fingerprint
It
Yeah,
does.
sensor.
it's because it's
Place
an
the left
optical
edge of your
sensor, so
finger.
it has to shine
Enrolling
light on
finger-
your finger to see it.
fingerprint sensor.
I
Whereas
see.
Samsung
Finger-
uses ultrasonic
Enrolling-
fingerprint
Place
readers,
the right fingerprint
which
set.
detect,
Enrolling
I think, either
enrolling-
vibration or sound, something like that.
So, John, having
Fingerprint
both,
sensor.
which do you
Fingerprint
think has the
sensor
better
is on your
under the screen?
Samsung by
fingerprint?
far.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not even close. I mean, I can you can get used to the
Set up
Pixel,
face
and
unlock.
it doesn't
Use
bother
your
me
face
once I get used to it.
button.
But it's really no contest. So much faster and more accurate on the Samsung phone, and you can turn it, you can unlock it with the screen off. Like if the screen's completely off and you touch it on the fingerprint sensor, it will unlock.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas on the Pixel, the phone actually, the screen has to be on for you to
Really?
unlock it. Yeah.
Well, that kind of sucks.
You can delete
Yep.
your face. I agree.
Okay,
How
I
to set
agree.
up face on start button. Hold
Let's
phone
try
in front
this.
of your face. Do it later button. Move phone lower. Looks good. Now when you pick up your phone or tap done.
Okay,
button.
that's definitely different from the iPhone Face ID, because Face ID takes
Yeah.
a long time. You have to rotate your face all
Mhm.
over. So this is,
And that's why it's more secure on an iPhone too.
yeah.
It
Well,
actually
the
maps your
problem
face.
with this one, though, the reason why it is fast is because by default, if it detects that you
Getting
have
your phone ready.
accessibility turned on, then you have the accessibility mode because they're thinking of people with disabilities that don't have head rotation or whatever. You're blind, you may not be spatially aware, and that's why. So it is checked, but if you uncheck that, then it will tell you move this way, move that way. I
Yeah.
never use that
Interesting.
accessibility mode. I had mine set mine up using the non-accessibility mode, so it took me a little while
Pixel
to
launcher.
Yeah.
get it
I
going.
I set mine up with the accessibility mode, but I
Nice.
might go back and change it just to make it more secure.
Try
It might
again.
be more secure the other way. Not that I'm too concerned
It
about
wouldn't
it.
be any more secure. The whole idea is that this is just using your front-facing camera. So whether you use the accessibility mode or the other way around, it's not going to make it any more or any less
Yeah.
secure. It's the same
I
thing.
just wonder if they could do it with
Create
one photo,
notes
they
by-
wouldn't just do it for everyone like that to make it easier. But
Yeah, if there's no difference, then why wouldn't they just take the one photo, right?
they want
Uh,
it to feel more like an iPhone. I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
because because the problem is
Skip.
some
Skip
people with
navigation.
disabilities don't
Skip
have
button.
that head movement, and so it's the whole idea
Device
is that
unlocked. All set.
the probability
Swipe
is
to load.
you're not going to be able to uh, look that way, so it becomes very frustrating.
One, well, the thing is, wouldn't it be better to take more time with the face unlock recognition process so that somebody who does have a disability, like, it has more data on like your face, and so it'd be ideally easier to get in.
Yeah, that's a good point. But if they can't even, but if it makes the setup of it more difficult, they're more likely to just skip it and not even enable it,
Oh, okay.
That's
And
my
then
that's
besides,
what I
it
think.
will time out on you. If it's taking too long, it may figure there's something going on wrong, and so it'll just time out on you. So it leads to a lot of frustration on the part of the user.
Jeez, what is my Wi-Fi password? I'm glad you guys didn't answer that because that would be kind of scary.
I thought you were setting it offline.
It's not 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you caught me. Oh no.
One password for everything. You don't want to have to.
Exactly my point.
Okay. So there it is. It's all set up. I turned off
Double
TalkBack so I
tap to
can
activate.
type in
Put
my
the
Wi-Fi
password.
password.
Actions available.
Nobody
Tap.
needs to hear that. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out the comments real quick. And hello, everybody. I think it's awesome that there's so many people here, actually. As you guys know, I switched from Live Accessible to the new channel, Carry On Accessibility, and on Live Accessible, I'm almost to 10,000 subscribers, which I think is just insane since I haven't uploaded any videos since more than a year ago, and I've still been getting so many subscribers. And here I only have about 300, a little bit more than 300, and there's 21 people on the stream. So thank you everybody for stopping by. Hello to Joshua, to Sean. Oh, hey, Blind Toes. There's, let's see. How's the battery oh, how has the battery life been on these bad boys? Sean asked. So I haven't used it. So John, Warren, what do you guys think?
I don't know that I could say confidently. I've only had it a day and a half, really. But I mean, it seems good on my Pixel 7. Definitely better than my Fold, and probably better than the S22 Ultra. But I do it full screen brightness all the time. So for me, it's normal to be down to 20% by 5 p.m. or something and have to charge it. So because I use my phone a lot and it's always on full brightness.
So I
Okay.
had mine since yesterday afternoon when I unboxed it, and the battery now is 78%. That's not bad.
Oh,
So that's
that's
been
pretty
like
good.
24 hours.
Yeah, that's great. And you don't even have the battery saving mode, which they talked about. That's like
No, but I had
72
my
hours.
screen turned down to maybe like 20% brightness.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
20%. I think mine is usually around 50, so we'll have to see. Usually I use the phone a lot, especially with WeZoom and the magnifier and everything, so that takes a big chunk of the battery.
Hmm.
But we'll have to see. Pixel, like when the last time I did my Pixel though, it seemed like the battery life improved over time. I
Yeah.
guess it knows like your habits and what you use and don't use, so
Hmm.
it kind of judges it off of that. That's what they say anyway. And they say at least MKBHD says that the battery life is pretty good, so we'll have to see.
Because when I started this morning, when we were doing our podcast, mine was at 87%. And now that was this morning at 9. And this is 6 o'clock. And I'm down to 78%. So that's not bad. So that's like what, 9% between um,
Were you
9
using your
p.m.
phone or just was it just sitting around?
I'm using my phone, just answering mail or,
Wow,
Telegram
that's pretty good.
messages and stuff like that. Not much going on today because I'm busy editing our podcast as well.
Okay, so Coda has a question, and Warren or John, you guys can take this. How different is TalkBack from VoiceOver? I've only used the iPhone.
Hmm. I guess the main difference would be the gesture system because while you can have the same gestures as an iPhone, like the 2 and 3, 4 finger taps and double taps and swipes and all that. There's also angle gestures and back and forth gestures where you take one finger and like swipe down then right in one um, gesture, or like swipe right then left in one gesture, and that those can perform different actions. So I'd say the gesture system is the main difference.
Warren, do you have anything?
I'm in agreement with John here because in reality, I think that the differences is just gestures. And it used to be that all that we had on Android or with TalkBack was those gestures that people refer to as the angular gestures. And now, though,
Mhm.
we have those either tapping gestures or swiping with 3 fingers or whatever.
Mhm.
So the gestures are now the same, except that, while people do those router or whatever gestures on the other platform, we don't do those. So I think maybe, well, it could be my bias, but I'm thinking that for me, though, I think those gestures are easier for me on Android than trying to show someone how to do your fingers and spin around to do that. So
Yeah,
those are the main differences. And
I actually
I
prefer the
find,
angled gestures because you can do a lot more one-handed. Like you can,
yeah,
I
exactly.
guess, I guess you have like with the angled gestures, there's 8, and then there's 4 more like back and forth gestures. There's like 12 different things you can do just one-handed. So I do a lot on my phone one-handed.
Yeah, and one great thing that I actually did a video on recently is the voice commands on TalkBack. So even
Mhm.
if there isn't like a command or a gesture that you can do one-handed, like if you ran out of gestures and there's still something else,
Yeah.
it's probably you could do it with the voice command. And that's one thing that VoiceOver doesn't have.
Yeah, I use
Um,
that feature a lot.
yeah, I really enjoy the voice commands. But okay, so I am a hardcore Android fan, and I can't remember who it was. They knew I was going to do this live stream, and they said, "Oh, you're going to start another fight and say Android is better than iPhone. Okay, but I want to just put it out there that I love Android. I love the accessibility features and TalkBack, but having both the Android and the iPhone 13, and I'm also going to get the iPhone 14, which I'll talk about in just a minute. But
Nice.
having both of those, I will say VoiceOver is more responsive. Like the
Yeah, it's fast.
screen, it's so much faster when you like touch, and wherever you're touching, it's like immediate like response, whereas TalkBack, it it doesn't take long as long as you have a good decent phone. It doesn't
Mhm.
take long, but there's just that bit of lag. And I can really tell, even though I love
No,
Android.
it's true. You're right.
Yeah.
And it's so pronounced when you're kind of like typing. I think that's for me, that's where it is so obvious there. And because if you're just using it on the phone and not typing, it also depends on the TTS engine in question. So the Google speech services has come a long way. It used to be something I just could not recommend for anyone to use. And hence the reason when we had Eloquence on earlier on, that was my default because that was responsive. However, over the years, though, especially the last couple of years, I think that the Google TTS or Google Speech Services has kind of improved a little bit to where if you have a decent phone, you're going to have that better experience. But yeah, it's noticeable. And that's something that I think, we could get improvements
Yeah.
on. And that's why sometimes some people go to the CSR, the thing I call the confused screen reader.
Hmm.
Confused screen reader. So somebody on the comments made a really interesting comparison. Android is like driving a manual, and Apple is like an automatic. And then of course somebody else said
Yeah, that makes
that means
sense.
that Android is better. So I don't know anything about cars, but okay.
No, it means that Android is more complicated, but you have more control over it. Whereas like iPhone is just easier to like learn and set up and get going, probably.
Anyone can go on it because if you're on an auto drive, you don't need to know much about the ins and outs of that car. But if you're going to be manually controlling the car, you've got to know how to do that shift stick driving,
Hmm.
which is not everybody does that these days. You see older people doing that, but we don't want to go into a car podcast, do we?
No, because I'll have no idea what anybody's talking about. I know
Hmm.
Yeah,
cars have
yeah.
like 4 wheels, I think, and that's about
Hmm.
it.
Yeah.
I do want to clear up something Coda was talking about. I think that John mentioned the angle gesture, or well, we all mentioned the angle gestures, but I want to make it clear that TalkBack also has pretty much all the gestures that VoiceOver has as well. So
Yeah.
you don't have to use those angle gestures. I know there are a lot of people who have a
Hate
hard
them.
time
Hmm.
learning the angle gestures, and yes, some of them hate it. Um, but now, with especially like the newer phones and like with the newest accessibility suite, they have like all the multi-finger gestures basically that iPhone does. So, you don't have to use those. You can choose. And that's the great thing about Android. You can choose. And somebody also mentioned the rotor,
Hmm.
and how they don't like the rotor. And I personally don't really mind the rotor, but I do prefer the 3 finger swipe up and down to change the, well, I don't like the name granularity, but the whatever granularity, I guess.
Yeah. We
The
all call it
mode.
that. Hmm.
They're
The
calling
mode,
the
yes,
modes.
there you
Yeah.
go. I don't know why granular. I guess it does make sense, but it's such an ugly name. Just like Dynamic Island.
Yeah.
That's on the
Ugliness.
iPhone
Very.
14, the dynamic island.
Yeah,
What?
I call it the
But
Lonely Island.
Go out to the Bahamas or some cool place like that.
so Melissa T. Hey Melissa, by the way, you should totally message me. But anyway, Melissa is asking if I'm going to do new talkback videos with the new Pixel, and yes, I do plan to do more talkback videos in future. But blind Android users has lots of videos about Android and talkback and CSR. So in the
Mhm.
meantime, y'all can check it out. It's in the description if you guys want to check out their stuff, and they do pretty good. Warren mentioned that it's not their first time on here, and it is their 100th episode. When is it exactly, Warren?
That's November 5th, so we're actually looking forward to that. And like you said, I had like 50 talkback gestures on our side, so covered everything that there is to know about talkback.
There you go. So everything you need to know, you can check it out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this watch.
9:36.
And let's see, get out my pink knife again.
So what color watch did you go with?
Can you guess?
They don't
I
have a
say
pink,
rose
do they?
gold. They have the gold.
Gold with a white band? Was that an option?
I don't know. Maybe silver.
Okay, nope, it's black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's black. I guess I just am boring like that, and I just pick everything black.
How about the band?
Yeah, the band is also black.
Okay.
I like to wear lots of colors, and so I don't want to get a pink band
Yeah.
if I'm
Yeah.
gonna wear like different colors. I want something that matches everything, and as they say, black matches everything, right?
hmm
And most
So
especially if you're blind, you don't want to waste your time to say, hey, does this match my outfit today and all of that. So totally makes sense to me.
okay, so let's go ahead and open it. Oh, it won't open.
Have you had a smartwatch before, Carrie? Or is this your first?
I had the Galaxy, the second one, the second ever smartwatch from Samsung. And then I had a Fitbit Ionic, and then a Fitbit Inspire 2, which I cannot see anything except the time on it. So, yeah, which is really dumb. But now, since Google bought Fitbit, I guess Fitbit doesn't really need to care about accessibility as much, since they can just say, here's the the Pixel Watch. You go get that. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Let's just take it out. And there's some papers in there, which I'm gonna ignore. Okay, how do I take this off? Okay. Oh, okay, I slide the watch off. Wow, this is the beast.
You
This is
think this
kind of
is?
big.
You think it's big?
I feel like it's big. The back of the watch is very rounded.
Yeah.
Like it
it's
feels
not
like a
flat.
dome. It's not, yeah, it's not flat, and the top is flatter than the part that goes on your wrist, which is interesting. They have the little like spinny thing. I guess they call that the crown. This
Mhm.
feels a lot looser than the Apple Watch. does this go in and out, or
Yeah,
is this?
it's a button.
Oh, it's
Also.
just a button, and then there's
Well,
another button above it. Now, can this?
The
Do you
top
guys know
one
if
is to
this has?
enable accessibility.
What do you say?
The top button before the crown is for the triple tapping of that to enable accessibility. Sometimes people want to tap the crown. It's not the crown, so it's
mhm.
that top button that enables accessibility. Triple tapping.
Okay, so this is my Inspire 2, and this is the Pixel. It is It's a hefty beast. Okay. So I'm going to take that off and let's see. How do we turn it? I don't even know how to turn it on.
You just press the button that's not the crown. You don't even have to hold it. You just press
Okay.
it once.
So just press it once. And nothing.
Well, maybe you do have to hold it.
Oh, okay, let me try holding
Hold
it.
it
I
down
thought
for
I
like
just had
3
to press it.
seconds. For 3 seconds.
Yeah, it won't hurt to hold it down.
Okay, there we go. Now it has the G. I can see the little G right there. Does this have a built-in speaker?
Yes.
Okay. It still has a G.
Yeah, it actually takes a while to turn on. When it's booted up, it'll make a chime sound,
Okay.
and then you'll know from that point you can turn on TalkBack. That's the mistake I made. I was like, it has, because it vibrated, and I was like, it has to be on now, and I kept trying all the shortcuts, and I couldn't.
Huh.
So it does take a little while to boot up.
So the
first time.
That's
strap?
really nice, though, that they have a chime, because the other watches
Mhm.
don't do that. And so I think kudos to Google for doing that.
Okay. The strap feels it's really smooth. It has a funny smell though.
It's a
Did
new
yours
smell,
have a
Carrie.
smell?
It smells like new. Let's see.
It's a new
Let's
smell.
everybody smell your watches.
Well, I mean, as soon as I got it out of the box, I was like, I don't know.
Mine has that used smell. So
The used
for
smell.
so for those
We
who
don't need
can, so for those who have vision, like I'm gonna hold up my Galaxy Watch 5 Pro next to the Pixel Watch, and it's like a huge difference. The Pixel Watch actually is very small
Really?
compared
It
to
is
the
very
Galaxy
small.
Watch 5 Pro. Yeah,
I think that was a chime. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you
you
triple.
triple tap that top button.
Okay. I wish this button felt more like a button. It's like a weird shape, like it's contoured around the watch. So
Yeah.
I knew there was a button, but like it doesn't really feel like one.
Yeah, it's flush with it, pretty
Okay.
much, and it's kind of on the bottom of it. It's not directly on the side of it. There we go.
Okay, that was a really long delay from when I triple pressed that to when it made
Yeah.
that beep. Wow. Okay.
And then you gotta wait a little longer just for the speech to come up.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Tap the
that's interesting.
screen.
Let's see.
It's like a little tutorial, I think. You
Yeah.
might need to
On the
touch the screen to
tutorial
get it to
screen.
start.
Yeah, so I can't see whatever it says. It's really rather
Get spoken
small.
feedback
Oh.
so you can use your watch without looking at the screen.
Okay. The
Drag
speaker
2
isn't too
fingers to
bad.
scroll.
Can I just swipe?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
swipe to the right, and it'll go through your
Swipe right or left to move between items.
Okay.
Double tap to activate. Finish button.
There.
Setup. Choose watch language button.
So from here you can just do
Double
the rest
tap
on
to
your
activate.
phone.
On my phone. Okay.
Yeah, that's if you hit that change language thing, it'll just change it from English, but you're already good.
Yeah, you
Oh,
don't want
here
to do
it
that.
just came up on my Samsung, so that's kind of nice. That is nice. Like with the Pixel Buds, it just gives you a notification,
Mhm.
and this one also just gives you a notification. So I'm gonna tap on the. Oh, I have to install.
Yeah,
You have
the
to install
Pixel
the
Watch
watch app.
Are you
Yeah.
serious? Oh, okay.
Well, that's how it works.
It
Yeah,
should
that's
just
same with the
come with
Galaxy.
it.
Same with the Galaxy Watch.
But I think it should just
Yeah.
come with it.
Oh, because it's but you're
But
doing
it
it on
needs
your
it for
Galaxy
the
phone,
phone.
right?
671,950.
I don't know. Okay.
Setup.
Okay.
Pairing success. Image.
Okay.
Pairing success. Image.
Now you
Pairing
need to
success,
focus on your
image.
phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do the whole
So,
setup on your phone.
I agree.
Pairing success.
Allow Pixel Watch to manage your watch. Okay, yes.
Pairing success.
Yeah,
Allow Pixel
baby.
Watch to manage your Pixel Watch. Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Continue on phone.
Okay. Yeah, continue on phone. Checking for Google account. This may take a moment. I wonder
Oh,
which Google
because
account it's
you
going
didn't
to
set up
put.
an account because you set it offline. You didn't put in your
No, this
account and
is
all
No,
of that?
she's on her Samsung phone.
yeah.
I
I'm on my
Oh, you're on a
Samsung. So
Samsung now. Okay.
okay, sign in with your Google account. Oh, okay. So it does let me choose. Good job, Google. I have like way too many Google accounts on here. Probably 7.
Oh my.
They're not all mine though. That probably sounded wrong. I mean, it's for work and
Work and
also for
play.
school. Like doing a testing for different companies, you have to use like their Google account, and so
Hmm.
yeah. Welcome to your new Google Pixel watch. Stay connected. Okay, next. Put on your watch. Do I have to? Set watch orientation. Which wrist is it on? It's the right wrist. Where is the crown? Okay.
Yeah, this is cool. I like that it lets you choose your orientation here because I actually put it so the crown was on the left because I'm reaching it with my left hand because I wear it on my right hand
Yeah,
also.
that's
So
kind of
it's
what I'm
nice that
gonna
it
do
lets
too.
you put it upside down, put it on upside down, and then it just adjusts the orientation on the screen.
Yeah, I really like that. Okay, we
That's
don't
really
want to
good.
want left.
I wear my watch on the left.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, set up. Just a sec. It's set up your assistant later. I have to set the same Google account you use with Assistant on your phone. Okay, so I guess I'll have to do that. You're almost done, but I really wanted to test that. Get a lock on your watch. Do you guys have a lock on your watch?
No, I skipped this part. You can put a pin or pattern if you
Put
want
it
to.
on if you wanted to, but you know, it's totally up to you. So if it's gonna be like a time waster, then you don't.
Okay. Wait, is this right? You have to have a pin to be able to use Google Pay on your watch?
Yeah, you do.
Well, that's stupid. I mean, I get it. I do understand that, but there should be another method because that's so inconvenient. Then
I think you only have to put your pin in. I could be wrong, but I think you only have to put it in the first time. Like if it's still on your wrist, like you won't have to put it in every time you turn the screen on.
okay, well then that definitely makes more sense then.
And you
Okay.
can skip it and do it later.
Watch restarting. Watch
Okay.
restarting.
Apparently the watch was restarting. The thing about it being upside down is kind of weird to put the band on. Do you know if you can change the band so that it's backwards or
I
like
haven't.
connected the other direction?
Maybe.
Okay.
I know it's some proprietary thing
I
I
think
haven't
it
messed
should
with
be.
yet.
It should be because they should be the same thing. I don't think it really matters which one you put on what side.
Yeah, they feel the same to me, so.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? This band is actually like the way that they did the hook is actually nice. It's really a lot easier than like a regular watch.
Hmm.
It's more like just a hook that you just press in, and
Yeah.
that's actually really nice. That's much better than my Inspire or the Ionic. Now I just want to see what it's actually like. How much latency does it have when using TalkBack or magnification?
Yeah. It does have a little bit of latency. It's on par with my for the most part with my Galaxy Watch, but even the Galaxy Watch I wasn't like a huge fan of the latency. Just because
Okay.
I'm so used to the speed of it on the phone, you know.
Yeah. So I see that something's on the screen, but TalkBack is actually not talking.
It might be still booting up, honestly. It takes a
Yeah, it
while
is.
to
I thought
see
I
there we
heard
go.
the little
Okay.
talkback
Yeah, there's
sound.
a chime. I love how the chime is there, but I still see that it says something and like there's like a line going across, so it's loading. Okay. Wow,
It
this thing
might be
takes a
about to
long
give
time.
you a tutorial or something.
And it
if I remember
also
correctly.
could be because, it restarted, it's updating the system. You may have some things that are being updated that got downloaded in the process.
Wow, the voice really does take a while to load. That kind of. I'm not that
The good
thrilled
thing
about
is you
that.
don't have to turn it off. Like, well, I don't know how you do it, but I rarely ever turn my phone. Like the only time my watch is off is when it's dead.
Hi
I don't
there.
really turn it off.
Can you use the
1:50
crown with TalkBack or no?
System update downloaded.
Yes, but
System update downloaded.
you want to know what's really obnoxious about it?
What?
Press power button or
It
scroll up to
it
return
doesn't
to
have
Biometrics.
haptics with TalkBack turned on. Like if TalkBack's
Oh.
off and you turn the crown, you can feel like
There.
the haptics of it rotating.
Quick
But
settings.
but if
Press
TalkBack
power
is
button or scroll
on,
up to return to watch
it
face.
disables
Huh.
it for some reason.
Could
Which
it be, John, that if the sounds are turned off, one could feel the haptics?
I thought that, and I went into the TalkBack settings and I turned
Start
off
The sounds?
sounds and vibrations, and it still wouldn't vibrate when I turned it.
Ah, what a shame.
Yeah, because I think that's more helpful to a blind user anyway, to know that something's happening while you're turning it. Like, so it's disappointing that they disabled
Let's
it for
start
some
with
reason.
swipes.
That's something that can be fixed hopefully with a software update,
Okay.
Yeah.
because this
I
is a
would-
first gen product.
Which way am I supposed to swipe? It's not telling me.
It's basically to practice your swiping gestures,
So it means swipe up with two fingers. It says swipe up,
Oh.
but you need to swipe up
Yeah.
with two
Well,
fingers.
that's terrible. It should say swipe up with two fingers.
I agree.
Notifications from the watch face. Next.
This is
Access
interesting.
notifications from the watch face. Swipe down for quick settings.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's 2 again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Access quick settings from the watch face. Access quick settings from the watch. Next.
Okay.
9:52 p.m. Wear OS. Swipe from the left edge to go back.
Okay, it really is kind of slow. I did swipe with 2 fingers.
You can swipe from the left edge on apps, tiles, and more. Next.
Okay, double tap.
Tip 2 of 3. Now let's learn about tiles. Next.
Okay.
Tiles are accessed from the watch face and show helpful info from your apps. Tiles are accessed. Next. Button.
Wow. Okay, so when I swipe, I really have to
Swipe
press
left
down
or
on
right
that
to cycle
gesture.
through your tiles.
Swipe left. Right. Okay.
Swipe left or right to cycle through your tiles.
Okay.
Main goal. Tiles are accessed from the watch face.
This is
Next.
interesting. It is definitely have a lot. It has a lot of lag.
Mhm.
Now let's
This
learn
is
about the 2 buttons.
basically what you have to deal
Next.
with on an Android watch.
Oh my goodness.
Press the crown to go back to the watch face.
Okay.
You can return to the watch face anytime.
Okay. Thank
Next.
you.
From watch face, press the crown for apps.
Okay.
Apps. You can get to all of your apps from here. Next.
Next.
Home screen.
Oh, I heard a jitter
Press the
there.
side button to see your recently used apps.
When it says the side button, I'm guessing it's the
Non-crown.
one that's not
yeah.
the crown.
Yeah.
You can access your recent apps from anywhere. Next.
Okay.
All set. Home screen. Want to learn a few tips to try later?
No.
Next. Button. Skip.
Okay.
You're a pro.
Finally, the skip button.
Time to use your new watch. Confirm.
Okay.
Button. 9:54 p.m.
Okay, so let's see what else it says if I swipe. Nothing.
Complication day and date Saturday, October 15th.
What?
Complication 0.0 steps.
Complication?
Double tap
What
to
is a
activate.
complication?
Those are
9:54
like
p.m.
widgets in a sense. So if you
9:54
add
p.m.
thing to the watch, those are called complications, or you can just call them widgets if you want. It is one and the same thing.
What?
It,
Why can't
it's
you just
silly
read
that
it?
it says, yeah,
Complication day
it's
and
silly
date
that it says
Saturday, October
That
15th.
is
Complication
that is
0.0
crazy.
steps.
Why?
Yeah,
are
and when you
saying
and when you
that?
turn on the watch and just want to know the time, I forget what it says. It might say like watch face and then say the time, and I'm just like, just tell me the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now
Okay, I'm
you
gonna.
Yeah,
can go into the TalkBack settings though and change the
verbosity.
state. Whether it should say complications first or you should say the object first before the
Yeah,
label of it. So you
Is
could
but
go
there
in
a
and change that.
I have a feeling it's the way that the complications are actually labeled. Like I think complication is just part of the label. So
how about
I don't know if
an
that would
option to
change it.
turn that off? That's
Yeah,
what I want.
it would be nice.
Okay, so the screen is off right now, and okay, now it's on. So if you double tap, it has the
9:55
double tap to
p.m.
wake or something.
It might just be
9:55
tap to
p.m.
wake.
Oh, okay.
It could be tap to wake.
There's
It also could be
lift to
lift
wake.
to wake.
Yeah.
So you want to go into the display and gestures and further,
Mm.
customize. For me, I don't like the lift to wake because then I could be
Yeah.
moving around and that thing could be on all the
I
time.
don't even like tap to wake. I disable both
Me
of them,
neither.
and then I
Yeah,
just
I
press the
turn
Really?
mine
button to
all
wake
off.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
if you have TalkBack on and leave it on all the time, you don't want your phone just like yelling
Yeah,
in the middle of
exactly.
something.
yeah, this is the screen. It's actually a pretty good screen. I can see I can actually see the time really clearly, and I always like pick a different watch face or anything if you want to be able to use it. Now, do any of you know how to turn on magnification?
You would probably go into the
Go into
accessibility
accessibility.
settings.
Okay.
So I think if you
9:56
swipe
p.m.
down from the top with 2 fingers
Okay.
to get to
Quick
quick
settings.
settings, one of
Press
those is
power button or
settings,
scroll
I
up to
think.
theater mode
Yeah.
off. Do not disturb off.
Wow, the
Bedtime mode
vibration
off.
is really hard.
It's a lot.
Battery 82. Open settings.
Okay. Open
There you
settings.
go.
Settings. Settings. In list.
So can I use the crown to like control TalkBack?
Yes.
Button.
Well,
Oh, okay.
it'll
Yeah, you should
scroll through
do.
the settings, yeah.
Display.
Wow, you have to
Button.
turn it a lot.
Double tap to activate. Gestures. Button. Apps and notification. Google. Button.
I feel like you
Sound
have to do at
button.
least a half turn
Double
of
tap
the
to activate.
crown.
Vibration.
For one item.
Yeah, so but
Yeah.
that helps you though in not
Button.
skipping something.
General. Button. Health profile. Button. Location. Safety and emergent. Accessibility. Button.
Okay. Can I
Double
press
tap
the
to
crown
activate.
instead of double tapping, or do I have
No,
to double tap?
that'll go to your home face.
Oh, right. Okay.
Or your your home face.
No, that will activate something else.
Not checked.
It'll go home.
Magnification. Switch.
Okay.
Settings. Okay. But settings.
So with magnification,
Checked.
I'm gonna turn off
Magnification. Switch. In list.
There's
TalkBack
your
really
answer.
quick.
Back off.
And so do I have the triple tap?
I don't know. I
Oh.
haven't tried it.
Okay, I have the triple tap right here. It has the orange like border around it to show
Mm.
Nice.
that it's triple tapped, but I don't know how to move around. Let me try
Yeah.
2 fingers. Oh, okay. So this is really hard to use 2 fingers to move around. I
Does the
wonder if it
triple
has
tap and hold work?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try next. So I'm gonna try triple tap, hold. It does! Yay! Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so now there's font size, and let's see how big we can make this thing. Largest. All right, let's see. Okay, I still can't really see it. It's on the largest.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, and how did I know this is gonna happen? It has overlapping text right there.
Mm.
It says
That's embarrassing.
yeah, I can see something about I don't know what that says. Oh, steps 5, and then the 5 is right on top of
It's
the
just a small screen.
9000. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I
is a
think
small
maybe you
screen,
need
but
a
that's something
medium
that they can fix
size
with
font.
layout. No, they should fix that with the layout though. Like
Mhm.
they can do better than that. That's not an excuse. Oh, but I love having the triple tap. That is cool. I've never had that. Fitbit has never had that, and the Galaxy Watch, the very old one I had, did not have that. So I'm definitely gonna have to play around with these two little things. I'm so excited to like
Mhm.
just play around with it because again, this is the first time that I'm seeing both of these. We'll just go back and check the comments and look around a little bit and answer them, and then we'll wrap up. So let's see. Oh, one thing is that me and Blind Toes, we're actually going to do an interesting little thing where um, he's going to get a Pixel 7, and I've already ordered my iPhone 14 Pro Max. And for 2 weeks, we're gonna use our like the opposite OS that we usually use as our daily driver and see
Cool.
if we survive. So we'll be doing a live stream on that later, but the iPhone won't come until November, in the beginning of November. So be looking out for that one. I'm kind of afraid because I'm gonna miss Android. Let's see here. I like iPhones better. I've been an iPhone user for about 78 years now. I don't know if they mean 7 or 8 years or
I
78.
mean, 7 to 8 years.
Okay, Blind Tech Adventures. The Google boxes have a little tab on the corner of each sticker. I'm not sure which sticker it's talking about, but okay. I have an Inspire 2. I use it as a watch on my wrist and use the phone app to see the step count stuff. Yeah, that's the same here because Fitbit has 0 accessibility.
Mhm.
And do you guys think the Pixel 5 is still a good choice? I love iPhones, but also love Android. I'm going to be getting a Pixel soon as a secondary device. Do you guys
If
have
you
any?
like small screens, the Pixel 5 is still decent, I think. It's
Now,
got a
Exactly. If
6-inch
you like
screen.
small phones, that's a good phone to have. But if you like bigger phones like I do, you're not gonna like it.
or I think maybe the Pixel 6a, and somebody else also suggested that too. It's also newer, right? And it'll get more updates, and I think it is
Yes.
Absolutely.
also bigger.
Yeah.
Oh, so Molly says, if you don't want to go for the new, get the Pixels 7, then go for, oh, and if you don't want to get the Pixel 7, go for the 6 instead of the
Or
5.
yeah, or even the 6A, like you mentioned, it's kind of the best deal because it has the same processor in it as the 6 and 6 Pro. So you're getting a lot better value there.
Yeah. Coda says that she has a magnet band and you don't have to struggle putting it on like the wristband itself. That's interesting. I've never had a magnetic band, and I'm guessing since she has an iPhone, it's probably an Apple Watch. And in the future, I'm hoping to get an Apple Watch too, so I can see the difference. Which I've played with Apple Watches before, and it definitely does not lag. Like voiceover does
No,
not lag
it
like
doesn't.
this, which is really, really sad. Okay, the that would drive me nuts. I'm not sure. Maybe complication. What an odd term. Yes, it would be much better if it just didn't say that. All right, so I think we've caught up to the comments, and that's basically it. We unboxed the Pixel. I still need to go set it up, and definitely I'll be doing a video talking about, my thoughts on it. And coming from an S22 Ultra and also a Pixel 4a 5G, it's going to be really interesting to see like such a big jump from the 4 to the 7 for Pixel. Yeah, but this has been so much fun. Thank you, John, and thank you, Warren, for coming on tonight. I know it's kind of late. I guess we're all night owls around here, but this was a lot of fun. And Warren, am I still invited to the 100th episode?
Absolutely. Come party with us. We're looking forward to seeing you there. And it's been exciting seeing you unboxing those pretty things. And your pink knife, keep that for the next unboxing.
You guys should be scared. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I probably should not do that on YouTube, but anyway.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to check that out, Warren graciously invited me, and I think it's definitely going to be a fun one. So thank you again to everybody, and I'll see you in the next live stream, which will probably be in around 2 weeks. Have a good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Carrie.